Welcome to the Speck Designs podcast. Today we're jumping into something really essential for service businesses. We're talking about building reliable, long-term growth using content marketing.
Exactly. We've been looking at this key blog post, and it confirms a pretty major shift in the market.
Yeah, the whole interruptive advertising thing, it feels like its time is really fading.
It is. Trying to cold call or, push banner ads on people who aren't even looking, it's not efficient. You're burning capital.
Right.
So the core idea, really, that the blog digs into is that today's buyers, especially when they're hiring a service provider, they expect valuable content. They want answers. They want trust built before they even think about making a purchase.
It's less of a tactic and more like the foundation now.
Absolutely. It's fundamental for sustainable growth.
Okay, so let's unpack this shift. It's often called inbound marketing, right? Traditional outreach, the old way, was all about pushing messages out, interrupting people, selling hard whether they were interested or not.
Inbound just flips that completely. Instead of you hunting for clients, you become the place they find.
Like a destination.
Exactly. You attract buyers who are already searching for solutions. How? By publishing content that actually solves their immediate problems, you become the helpful expert.
And that builds trust right from the start. You kind of bypass that initial skepticism.
You do. And for service businesses, think consultants, law firms, specialized contractors. Why is this alignment so much more critical than, say, selling a t-shirt?
Well, I guess there's more risk involved, right? More trust needed.
Precisely. You're not just selling an object, you're selling your expertise, a future result. Credibility is everything.
So if a potential client finds your helpful article first,
You're instantly more than just another name on a list. You're the authority. And that alignment, it drives the right kind of traffic, builds stronger relationships, and ultimately you see much better client retention.
Okay, so the blog breaks this down into three core formats, pillars that get results. These are blogs, videos, and graphics.
Yep, the three pillars.
Let's tackle the first one, blogs and written articles. The blog calls this the workhorse.
And it really is. Blogs are foundational for, two main reasons. Establishing that authority we talked about, and really powering your SEO.
Ah, search engines.
Yeah, they're still mostly text-based. They index articles really well, much better than other formats. So a good blog library, that's your most reliable path to boosting rankings and getting that organic traffic.
But it's not just about writing anything, is it? The blog gets specific here.
Right. It's about optimizing for what people are actually searching for their intent.
And this is where long-tail keywords come in. The blog really emphasizes these.
Yes, those super specific multi-word phrases, they're the sweet spot.
Why focus there?
It's about efficiency. Think about it. Trying to rank for something broad, like financial planner, super expensive, tons of competition, and you don't even know why they're searching.
Could just be research.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a long-tail phrase like, how to choose a retirement account advisor in a high-tax state.
Okay, that's specific.
Very specific. It signals someone who's deep in the decision process, maybe ready to hire. And crucially, you're competing against far fewer websites for that exact phrase.
So you're filtering your audience automatically.
You are. You're talking directly to someone likely ready to convert. For service businesses, where one client can be very valuable, targeting that specific intent makes your content efforts so much more effective.
Okay, so we get the right traffic. Now, the blog needs to prove expertise. What kind of content builds that authority?
Variety is good, but transparency seems key according to the blog. Things like practical guides, detailed checklists, educational posts, those are table stakes.
Standard stuff.
Right. But where service businesses can really shine is with case studies showing real results, and maybe even more importantly, detailed process breakdowns.
Process breakdowns. Why are they so crucial?
Because you're basically demystifying what you do. If someone's hiring, say, a remodeling firm, they want to know the steps, the potential hurdles, how you handle quality.
Makes sense. Less uncertainty.
Exactly. Showing how you get results, maybe even sharing your take on industry trends. You build a library that proves competence. People come back because they trust your advice.
And we want the website itself to be working for us, like a 24/7 lead generator.
Yeah.
The content can't just sit there passively.
Correct. You need those internal links. You guide the reader strategically, maybe from that how to fix a leaky faucet post over to your actual plumbing services page or a related case study.
So you move them deeper into your world.
Naturally, yeah. And you need strong calls to action, not just contact us, but something relevant, like offering a downloadable plumbing maintenance checklist right there on the faucet article.
That focus on clarity, it leads us nicely into the second pillar, graphics and visual clarity. Once you've got the authority with text, how do you hold attention?
Yeah, attention spans are short. Visuals are vital for speed. Our brains process images incredibly fast.
Faster than text.
Way faster. So if you can take something complex, maybe data heavy, and make it clear and scannable in like 5 seconds, that's a huge advantage. Less mental work for the user.
And the blog specifically calls out infographics here.
Infographics are fantastic for this. They blend data, structure, and story into one clean image. Think about explaining, I don't know, complicated regulations or a multi-step design process.
Something that might take pages of text otherwise.
Exactly. An infographic can convey it quickly. That clarity builds awareness and makes your brand memorable.
And they get shared a lot, right? That's a big plus.
Huge plus. People love sharing a good visual. That expands your reach on social media, and importantly, it helps build backlinks if other sites use your graphic and credit you.
Which loops back to SEO.
Yep, boosts your authority. So these visuals need to be everywhere. Social posts, inside blog articles, email newsletters, definitely as downloadable guides or lead magnets.
But the blog stresses brand consistency across all these visuals. Why is that so important for trust?
It's about reinforcing memory. If someone sees your specific colors, your fonts, your icon style on LinkedIn, then in an email, then on your site.
They start to connect the dots.
Right. They associate that clarity and quality with your business. It's repeated positive exposure. You become the brand that explains things well. It builds trust over time.
Okay, that brings us to the third pillar, maybe the most powerful for connection, video marketing. If blogs build authority and graphics provide clarity, video builds the relationship.
Video is definitely the fast track to emotional connection. It's really the closest thing to a face-to-face meeting online.
You get tone, body language.
Exactly. Confidence, expertise, personality, it all comes through. A potential client can actually see the person they might work with. That personal touch builds trust much faster than text alone.
And for service businesses, there isn't just one type of video, right? The blog mentions different formats.
Oh yeah, you need a mix. Short, snappy clips for platforms like TikTok or Instagram Reels, great for grabbing attention quickly.
For the scrollers.
Yep. Then you need longer, more in-depth tutorials or service explainers, maybe on YouTube. And for really sealing the deal, client testimonials, before and afters, those are gold.
Shows real proof.
Social proof, tangible results. Invaluable.
Now, a common worry, especially for smaller businesses, is the cost and effort of video production. Needing a fancy studio.
Yeah, that comes up a lot. But the blog kind of reframes it. It's, I guess, focusing on the value of the message over slick production.
So substance over style.
To a degree. Quality still matters, but clear messaging and, crucially, good audio often count for more than fancy visuals. If your advice is genuinely helpful and solves a problem, people forgive a less than perfect background. Authenticity builds trust.
And like blogs, video needs SEO thinking too, doesn't it? Especially YouTube.
Absolutely essential. YouTube is the second biggest search engine out there. You have to treat your videos like blog posts in a way.
Meaning?
Optimized titles, detailed descriptions packed with keywords, and really important, transcripts, subtitles, captions. All that helps the search engine understand your video and improves discovery. Plus, it makes it accessible.
So video isn't just content, it's an SEO play too.
Definitely. It's another opportunity.
Okay, so we've got these three powerful pillars. Blogs for authority and SEO, graphics for clarity and speed, video for trust and connection. But the real takeaway from the blog seems to be making them work together.
Yes, that's the core strategy bit. Not just doing them in isolation, but creating what the blog calls a content ecosystem.
An ecosystem.
That's the difference between just publishing stuff and having a real strategy. The model it recommends is the pillar and cluster approach. It maximizes your effort.
Okay, walk us through that. Let's use an example. Say I run a high-end web design firm. What's my pillar?
Your pillar is that big, comprehensive resource on a core topic. Maybe something like the ultimate guide to conversion-focused website design for service businesses. It's long, detailed, maybe 5,000 words. That's your hub. Authoritative.
Got it. The cornerstone piece.
Yeah,
and the clusters, that's the repurposing part.
Exactly. That's where the efficiency comes in. You take that massive pillar guide and you slice it up. Well, you pull out 3 key stats and make a branded infographic that's pillar 2, graphics. You take the section on, say, choosing the right tech platform, and film a short 90-second video explaining the pros and cons, pillar 3, video.
Okay, I see.
You could create a checklist from the key action points as a downloadable PDF. And crucially, every single one of these smaller cluster pieces links back to that main pillar guide.
so it drives traffic back to the big resource. That's smart. It hits different preferences too, right?
Totally. The people who like to read get the blog post. The visual learners or scrollers get the infographic. The watchers get the video. You meet people where they are.
And this whole system needs support, doesn't it? The blog mentions lead nurturing.
Yes, don't forget that.
Yeah.
You generate interest, but you need to follow up. Email marketing is key here. A good newsletter strategy, maybe an automated welcome sequence when someone downloads a guide.
To guide them further.
Exactly. Guide them smoothly from just being interested to actually becoming a client.
So the big picture result of this integrated approach for service businesses is what? Shortening the sales cycle.
Pretty much. You're guiding prospects with helpful content at every stage. From the moment they realize they have a problem, right through to trusting you enough to make contact. It smooths the whole journey.
So summing it all up, content marketing drives that long-term quality growth because it's customer first.
Right. Blogs build authority and drive SEO. Graphics make complex things easy to grasp and share. Video builds that crucial personal trust.
And the core advice isn't just publish content, it's be strategic. Build that central pillar resource.
And then repurposes consistently across all the formats. Keep the message aligned. That's how you stand out and become the first business they think of.
Okay, final thought. The blog briefly mentions something interesting about handling negative reviews. How even that, done right, builds trust.
Yeah, transparency again.
So if content is all about earning trust proactively, how does preparing for difficult conversations before they happen fit in? Like using detailed process breakdowns or FAQs in your blog content.
That's a really interesting angle.
Yeah.
It's almost like preemptive customer service, isn't it?
Yeah.
By being transparent about your process, potential issues, how you handle things before a client even signs up.
You're building trust not just in your skill, but in your honesty and preparation.
Exactly. It addresses potential concerns up front. That level of transparency could be a massive strategic advantage, something definitely worth thinking about when planning out your content.
Thank you for listening to the Speck Designs podcast. If you enjoyed this conversation, please follow and subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.